DOMS is a term that you've probably heard before, and if you don't know what it stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So if you're a beginner, you probably have experienced this, like that feeling when you wake up the next day or 2 days later and your muscles hurt, your body's sore. Like, we have all experienced it at some point. I still experience it sometimes. Most people still experience it sometimes. It's something that's very common. However, it's really important to recognise that having DOMS doesn't necessarily mean you've had an effective session or a super productive session. You can have a super productive session and not be sore after it. It's important that we're not striving for DOMS. We're not striving to be sore. If you're sore, like every single session, it could be an indication that you're not recovering well. Maybe you're overtraining, maybe you're under eating and not feeling your body well enough. It could be multiple things, and you know, it's going to be completely dependent to you and what that could be. But you shouldn't be sore after every single session. Once you start becoming a frequent trainer or exerciser, your body adapts to the training. It adapts to the movements, at least the movement patterns. So the amount of times you'll experience DOMS will become less frequent, and that's kind of what we want. We don't want to be sore constantly. So make sure that when you're training, you're not chasing that DOMS feeling, you're not chasing the feeling of being sore. Yes, it is nice sometimes, like if you are any kind of person that goes to the gym regularly, it is quite nice to feel, but it's obviously relative because it's still sore. But just make sure that you're not chasing to be sore after every single session. Just because you're not sore doesn't mean your session wasn't productive or progressive.